Keenan Chandholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Moorefield, West Virginia, checking out this home. It's 1415 Lockinger Ridge Road. We're in Ashton Woods, so can't remember right off the top of my head what the elevation is here, maybe 1,500 feet, something like that, but you're gonna see the views that you have here, but there's a lot going on, so bear with me in this video. There's a lot to unpack here. I call this place the High Mountain Homestead, AKA the Little Red Hen Homestead. 20 acres here. And these folks, you just wouldn't believe what all's here without seeing it. But let me walk you around the house here first, and then we'll check out all the other interesting stuff they have going on here. Believe the house is a little over 10 years old. A good local builder built this house, you know, cedar siding on the outside. We'll obviously go in, but this exterior garage here, there's so many outbuildings with this place. So if you need like a workshop space or storage or something like that, this place has got it going on. This particular garage is 26 by 36, and it's got an upstairs in it and a basement, or a little cellar in the bottom. But we'll get to that in a minute. It's going to be hard to keep my attention in one place here because there's so much. But you have the nice little balcony there off the master bedroom. And you'll see, I don't know if I can see it, you can see it from ground level, but there's solar panels on the roof. You got a backup propane generator here. We'll get to all the greenhouse stuff here in a minute, but composite decking. Here you go. View's pretty good. You're kind of looking north there, and I'll zoom in here. Of course, when the leaves are off, this is going to open up even more. It's a chalet. You'll see there when we get inside all the glass in front, looking at the view. Nice little fire pit area out here. The house is about 3,700 square foot of finished living space. It's big, you know. When you get over 3,000 square foot around here, that's pretty sizable for the area for these homes like this. And I know the sun's not in the right spot right now to see the front of the house good, but we'll go up here and walk around on the deck. Very, very nice home. As you can see, they got the roads in Ashton Woods are nice, but they're gravel roads. But these folks have a paved driveway and everything, which makes it nice. And they're setting up off the road here a little bit, so, you know, the house is, you can see it from the road, but barely. How about that? In the South Branch of the Potomac, so when you get here, you got to take Trough Road to get here. And a lot of people call it Through Road if you're not from here, but it's Trough. And the Trough is kind of like a famous section of the South Branch of the Potomac River that's only accessed by like basically canoe or, you know, a boat or train. But that first ridge that I'm zooming in on, that's called Sawmill Mountain. Just over the other side of that ridge is the river. And then you can see the mountain there on the other side. And that is the Trough. So it's a little bit better to get a look at this when the sun's not in your face here. Like I said, all composite decking. Everything here is in really good condition. And you'll see down there more outbuildings that they have, like a machine shed down there and a carport and everything. We'll kind of get around to all that stuff, but just wanted to get the outside of the home. We'll go inside next, and then we'll do all the outside stuff, because like I said, a lot to unpack here. All very nice. Keenan Shanholds here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, here on the inside of 1415 Lockinger Ridge Road. As you can see, when you come in here, you got all the glass, so you can look at the beautiful views. Wood burning fireplace. And the flooring in here is really pretty. That's acacia wood. That is the hardwood flooring that runs throughout the home here. Of course, you got granite countertops, Viking appliances. So these folks do a lot of cooking. Super high-end appliances. Viking, you got the gas, it's gas range. And then you have like a little, fridge there, and then the microwave. Believe those are cherry cabinets, stainless steel sink. I mean, everything top shelf stuff you got here, and just a big open living space. I think the house on the main floor in the basement's a little over 1,400, almost 1,500 square foot, to give you a perspective on the size. And then on this floor, you have a laundry area here, which is plenty big. It's kind of like a mud room. You can come in from outside right there. And you got 2 beds down here. 2 nice bedrooms, closets. Once again, you have the acacia flooring throughout. Closet. And then here's your guest bath on the main floor. Tile floors, granite vanity tops. Something I wanted to point out here too. Nice big pantry here, right off the kitchen. But just super nice open floor plan. Tons of natural light. Even the stair treads, hardwood, back to the acacia wood up here. So the little nook here in the loft obviously is an office space. Not a bad view when you're sitting here at your desk doing a little bit of work. And this house has fiber internet through HardyNet. So there is hardline fiber internet here, once again through HardyNet. And then the rest of the upstairs here is this huge master suite, which is big, very big. And of course you got the little screen porch here that goes off the master bedroom. And when the leaves come off, I mean, you can kind of see through here now, but when the leaves come off, you got a big view looking kind of like back to the east there at South Branch Mountain. So you really got mountain views on both sides of you here because you're kind of right on the peak of the ridge. This is nice of a master suite you're going to see in a home around here. Big walk-in closet back there. And of course we got custom bathroom here. Tub, soaking tub. Double vanity with solid surface top, and then your walk-in towel shower. So it's got the good stuff in it. So I'm gonna cut this video off here and then we'll go down in the basement. Keenan Shanholds here again. We're in the basement here of 1415 Lockinger Ridge, Moorefield. So the basement here, once again, it kind of somewhat mirrors the upstairs. You got this huge open floor space down here with a gas fireplace. This TV here and sound bar stays, I believe. There's going to be some items that convey with the house other than the appliances and everything. And we'll have a list of those there on the website and everything. And, just pardon the clothes rack here out in the middle of the floor. The owners are in the process of moving, so they're doing the best they can. They hid stuff as good as they could for me to do these pictures. But you can see some of the harvest here that these folks have gotten, what they grow here. You got Gala apples, some Granny Smith, some Macintosh here. It looks like her, Cortland's what those are. Big onions, garlic down there. I mean, we'll get to all that in a minute. But a nice little bar area down here with a granite top on it. Just a great room to entertain in. Comfortable space. You also get the views, I mean, right out the window down here. I mean, when you're on this side of the house, you get the views pretty much of everything. And full bath down here. So you got 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths in this home. And then this room here, wish I had this room in my house. This is just a huge storage room down here. It's got tile floor in it also. You know, if you needed another bedroom, you could make a bedroom maybe down here. I mean, it doesn't have a window, but it's Hardy County, so pretty much anything goes. Of course, you got an extra fridge and a freezer in here. And then you got the mechanical room here. So this is a dual fuel furnace. So it's propane or heat pump with a propane backup. You got your water treatment system here, your hot water heater, pressure tank for your well. And then here are the Tesla battery banks for the solar system. And I'm not going to pretend to know anything about how solar systems work and all that good stuff, but the seller's provided a good write-up on that. You know, and you can peruse that, and we can answer any questions that you have in regards to that. So that pretty much wraps up the inside of the house, and we'll go outside and I'll start trying to explain all that. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 1415 Lockinger. I'm going to show you around the outside now. So I'm just going to start kind of like on one end of the ridge top here and work my way towards the other. But these folks have a deluxe chicken coop here. So a lot of people, you know, have the misconception, well, hey, I'm going to be in a big community like Ashton Woods. Can I have chickens? The answer is yes, you can. They have a little bit of everything here. I don't know where the turkey's at today. But this building here, I got the sizes. I'm not going to try to guess at all the sizes of these buildings. I've measured them all and have it all wrote down. But there's a pretty good sized fenced area in here for the chickens and everything and the turkey. But this is kind of like the poultry end here of the property. And there's some little peeps right here. I want to zoom in, let you see those. But so here's, like I said, this is the animal end here. And most all this stuff goes. I think somebody might be coming and get this chicken coop. I can't, or no, the smaller one. This one stays. Pardon me, I don't want to confuse anybody. But there is electricity out to here for this greenhouse right here. Never seen limes growing in West Virginia or citrus fruit, but I don't know if those are oranges or what those are. Some type of citrus fruit. And I have in the ad, I got about everything named here that they have growing, but it's just a litany of stuff. Obviously, you got apples here. Peaches has already been harvested. More apples. Peaches. These are big old green Granny Smith apples for making pies and applesauce. Of course, here's the garden area. You still got tomatoes growing in here. Some sunflowers. I'll zoom in on the tomatoes there. Blueberries in that little net area there. Asparagus. Got some Gala apples right here, as you can see. Good year for fruit. And there, once again, there's a variety more stuff. Peppers, different kinds of peppers. I might have to grab one of those red peppers right there. Those are my favorite. I'd rather have them than the green ones. Now the sun's coming out good for us. How about that? Sun wasn't cooperating very good with us earlier when we were taking the photos. Building there. Grapes. We got a grape arbor. There's your grapes. I'm not sure what this is right here. I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that one. Propane tank buried right there. Of course, there's your well casing. Propane tanks there. Take you in the garage here. We're just going to work our way. We're just kind of going across the ridge top out here. We started over at chicken coop. We're just working our way across here. This is a really nice garage. It's 26 by 36. And it's got an upstairs in a loft, a storage loft, and the little root cellar down there. I mean, if you were starting from scratch right now and have somebody build this garage, pour the floor in it, and do everything they've done here, this garage pushing $100,000. It's very nice. You know, obviously can double as a garage or a shop. Of course, they got everything piled in here because they're kind of making trips, moving and everything, and are kind of disjointed a little bit. But here's some sweet potatoes that they harvested. Guess you got to dry those or something. Now, for these folks know what they're doing when it comes to their fruits and veggies. So, this is like 10 by 36 up here. The storage area. Once again, cannot have enough storage. This home, this property, inside the home, the outside area, you got all the storage you can shake a stick at. So, if you got a lot of stuff, this place will hold it all. So we'll go out here and we'll keep moving. You can see there's a heater out here. So you can work out here in the wintertime. Moving on around. This area down here, and I'm not going to walk you down there and take you in there, but there's, I think it's 11 by 11 little block cellar down here underneath the garage. Kind of basically like a root cellar. And the garage is metal and everything except for the front part there to match up with the house somewhat. Now you can see the solar panels. And Ashton Woods is Airbnb friendly. So if you bought this house and wanted to Airbnb it, you certainly could do that. Greenhouse. I guess we got broccoli. Yeah, it's broccoli, I believe. Squash. I mean, just anything you can imagine that you could grow, they're doing it here. All on about, you know, maybe an acre here on top of the ridge. I mean, it's not, the footprint of this is not big. Big old squash. More peppers. Cherry tomatoes. There's a cherry tree. There's a good look at everything. Now the sun's good now. Now we might get a little better shot of the view here. How about that? Little bit better look at the house. And we'll keep going here. There's more. There's more. So, and we'll walk back around the road that you used to get down in here. I'm just taking a shortcut through the woods. But you got this little metal building down here for storage. And once again, I have the sizes wrote down of this. It's got a garage door on the front. You got a carport. He keeps his tractor under that. We also have another orchard down here. And also, I think they told me, and it escapes me right now, but you can see there's a fence there on the property line. That's these folks' fence, and that's the driveway that goes down the neighbor's house, which is through there, which you don't see really from up here at the main house, at least now when the leaves are on. The top good portion of this, maybe I want to say 4 or 5 acres, is fenced with woven wire fence. So if you got pets or whatever, you need to know that. For that. Another orchard down here, you got some apple trees and some peach trees in this little area in here. And we'll go on back up here. You even got a little pond on top of the mountain. And this property slopes off the mountain here, but there are little old logging roads that kind of go back and forth against the side of the mountain, you know, going down this way. So, you know, you want to hunt here, you can certainly, there's any kind of game you want to hunt. And Ashton Woods is adjacent. When you're looking out this end of the house, you're looking up at South Branch Mountain, or it's actually, you know, Nathaniel Mountain. And that's 10,000 acres of public hunting land, and Ashton Woods borders that. And there's an access point up there, so, you know, if you want to hunt or hike, it's about a 5-minute drive for private access to Nathaniel Mountain. Well, you know, it's public ground, but private access on this side. Lots of frogs jumping in. But you got a little watering hole here. Good for the animals. I'm sure the deer, bear, and turkey all use this right here. But I'll do another shot up there at the house and wrap this thing up. But hopefully I didn't miss anything. Keenan Shanholt's here one last time at 1415 Lockinger Ridge Road in Moorefield. Just wanted to kind of put a ribbon around this property. What I would tell you is, do not be overwhelmed by this place. It's a lot. These folks are doing a lot here. You know, maybe you're just looking for a second home, you know, and, you know, you don't have time to do all the gardening and all that kind of stuff. That's fine. You do not have to do everything that they're doing. You know, you can just mow it and have somebody mow your yard and take care of the fruit trees here, and you know, not fool with the garden or the chickens or anything like that. Or if you do want to do that, it's all here. But do not let this place overwhelm you and think that you have to turn into a mountain farmer to buy this place. But it'd be a great hobby to take up. These folks use this as their full-time home. It could suit for either application. It'd be a great full-time home. It has been for them. But if you just wanted to have a weekend home or a transition home, maybe you're about, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for retirement, something like that. And you're looking for a home to use on the weekends until you transition here full-time. You know, a great place for that. I mean, this place literally has everything. You know, I think they're probably putting electricity maybe back in the grid here. I don't want to talk about that too much because I don't want to talk out of school. But you're never without power here between the solar and the generator and everything. And it is wired into the system. I mean, there's regular electricity here. And this is just big value here, okay? Plain and simple, if you were starting from scratch today, just to build the home, this is a really nice home with high-end stuff in it. You want to try to build this house today, this is probably about $900,000 house. That garage is $100,000. You add up all the other accessory buildings here, you know, paving the driveway, there's another $100,000. And we haven't even bought the land yet. There's another $125,000. If you were to start from scratch today up here and try to replicate this, you'd be pushing 1.2 million. Oh, I'm forgetting about 100,000 for the solar system. I'm forgetting that, you know, between that and the generator. You're probably somewhere between 1.2 and 1.3 to replicate this. The sale price on this, the asking price, is $799.9. So for $800,000, you're going to be at least 400 grand to the good here, as if you were starting from scratch. So that's what you got to keep in mind with this place. You're getting major bang for your buck here, major bang for your buck. Maybe you were thinking about building, but are scared of the cost, don't want to go through the hassle and the weight of doing that. If you can find something existing that you like, it's cheaper than building. Maybe you don't have it exactly the way you want, but you're definitely ahead money-wise to do that. So once again, big value here, big views, any kind of accessory building you want or need, tons of storage, fruit trees, vegetables, a little pond. I mean, it literally has everything. So, and we're 20 minutes from Moorefield right here. We're 20 minutes from a Walmart, 4-lane highway. Feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, but you're close to everything right here. Not bad getting back in here at all. Come check this one out. You'll be glad you did.